So back where we're very proud of the way that we've again set up our there we go, our support site. Again, we have the ability to 24/7 get you support, and that is true 24/7. If you give us a call anytime, day or night, you have an issue, we can get to you in a very timely fashion, and we'll be one of the heads that you see here. Again, we're going to go over the self-service versus real-time assisted walkthrough. We're going to go over some resources, both on and offline, that we can get for you. Make sure that even if you're out in the field, you have the ability to, again, get that information when you need it. Operational support, if we need to, we can send someone out. We have a response team, again, that will help you real time in the field in case of emergencies, in case of large events that you want assistance at. We can get that done. And at the end, we'll have a little Q&A. Next screen. We again pride ourselves on the ability to help you real time. So when you have events in town, you have protests, you have different things that are coming up, nights, weekends, holidays, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're always there to help you, again, get through these tough pain points, through planning, through pre-positioning. If you have those large scale events, getting that prep work done beforehand so that we can, again, have you be successful out in the field. Next screen. Now, one of the ways we do that is through that self-service support. Again, we have that broken down into several sections. Again, we have that information. If you've got your phone, go ahead, take a shot of that that QR code. If you are online and have access to the internet, go ahead and type in support.dronesense.com. What we're going to do is just take a little tour around. I'll go ahead and grab it back. Let me see. There we go. What we're going to do is go take a little walk around. We have several different sections that we're going to, again, take a deep dive into and see exactly where we're going to be within the DroneSense ecosystem on that support side. I'm going to escape from here for a second. One of the first things you're going to notice along that top edge is going to be that, again, any type of incidents that occur, any type of lapses in service will be posted here on the support site. As you see right now, we are fully green. There was an incident yesterday with DSR. That has been resolved. Again, as you come into the support site, if you are having issues, that's going to be one of the first touch points where you can get information on the system. Within this,
Yeah, Ramon, if you wouldn't mind, just click on that more info because there's a recently added announcement section. It's the top section there. That link there is going to take you, directly to the article that was for this issue. And then, Ramon, if you just click back on announcements there on the screen, you can see it's right here. Sorry, click on that right there. Yep,
wait,
go up.
there we go. Got
Yep,
it.
right. Yep, go back one more. To the left. To the left now.
There we go. There
Yeah,
we go.
right there. So, again, we're going to be putting, any announcements, related to, whether service statuses, maintenance, or just kind of general announcements. This is the one sections you will find these. You can also subscribe to any of these sections. If you are logged in, you can click on a follow button that will send you any messages or alerts or things that are added to this. But that if you see that sign in button here at the very top of the screen, that's where after you get signed in, you can subscribe to those. If you are signing into this is not going to be your DroneSense credentials that you use on your DroneSense account. This is going to be separate for our support system.
And again, when we get to the Q&A, if you have any questions over any of this, we can definitely go over it. Again, coming in, you'll notice that we've changed our branding a little bit. So we are now DroneSense by Versaterm. So keep that in mind as we go forward. Any announcements, again, as Alex was saying, we'll be here getting started. As we roll in, we can again have the ability to have this be the landing spot for your folks, especially those who are beginning. We have the DroneSense Academy that we can get you signed up for. But any of those basic intro videos will be here, along with support basics and a platform overview if you have questions about specific features that are in the program, as well as starting up a new program. Again, here at DroneSense, we don't want you to have to. Oh, here at DroneSense, we don't want you to have to rebuild the wheel. We want to have that available for you. In the What's New section, again, this is where we're going to be looking for any new pieces for the DroneSense mobile. So on your controller, this is where you'll be doing those downloads. Within that, I want you to go ahead and once you've signed in, click those follow buttons. That will allow you to be updated every time there's a new release, any type of features that come out. You'll be the first ones to know about it. Also, on your controllers, get down dronesense.com/install bookmarked on your browser, on your controller. That way you have the ability to go directly to that and again download DroneSense and keep again updated. Within the facts and troubleshooting, again, self is very well defined in the fact that if you have any drone operations, any network issues, camera and videos issues, we can get you those walkthroughs, get you those workflows. DroneSense Mobile, big role announcement. We have Android Ops Hub coming out now. So your Ops Hub mobile app for your iOS as well as Android soon will have all that together for you. Any drone and general service settings. A particular note here is going to be RF bands and video bandwidth allocation so that you have the ability to again troubleshoot out in the field and make those changes based on your environment. Under DroneSense Web, when we're back here, again, this is going to be a lot of information for your admins, folks that are doing your maintenance, any type of, again, reporting. This is where you can find information on how to get those missions set up, how to get those reports set up, those flight records, as well as how to set up your teams, your members, and again, anyone even outside your agency that you want to bring in and get notified. DroneSense Remote, again, one of those pieces that as we go forward, this is going to be the lay of the land. Within DroneSense Remote, you're going to find again those requirements for your computer setup. Again, your different hardware and software criteria. Understand that as you go forth, your initial setup will define that success. So we have Cole. Let's see, is Cole still on here? We really have our one guy that we would love to replicate and send out to all of you. Cole Fox really leans in on that hardware software side so that your site is successful from the get-go. Again, flight operations, being able to publicly push out that information and again keep that clarity of your operations.
Hey, Ramon.
Go ahead, Michael.
Can you go back to DroneSense Remote real quick?
Sure enough.
So on the Getting Started page, can you click on See All Articles?
Gotcha. So all
Okay.
15.
So if you guys have any questions in here, so this is all pretty well up to date. So local media management, the airspace tabs, all of that. So make sure you're going through these if you're doing remote. But this will walk you through all your airspace management information, local media management, and your dock settings and maintenance.
All right, we have a question from Ryan on the Android Ops Hub. Will you be able to create missions? So, as far as I know, it will be set up similar to the iOS version of Ops Hub. You will have a list of the active missions that you have in your system, in your org. You'll be able to select from those, and again, uh, you'll have information on exactly how many videos, how many different assets are in each one. So it's not so much a creating ability in that for those missions, but again, you will have the access, more access than you would with just getting the link. How you do, Dave?
Hey, all good to see everybody. I'm so sorry for being in late. Had to take a customer call.
No worries. Again, support from everyone on this list. Says again, coming back, if you are on Axon, understand that please go ahead and if you see that Axon on your controller, go ahead and download the newest DroneSense app. That way you're up to date with everything you need. We now support that evidence piece on DroneSense. So again, keep those controllers updated. You all have already taken one big step. When we talk about shaping the future, in the article attached, you are here on these working groups. Understand if you have, again, those aspirations of getting to that next level with DroneSense Remote, there is a Zoom for that as well. Every other Thursday, 12 p.m. And again, those registration links are on the website. We also have the ability to go through any promoted articles. Again, firewall and network security settings. Cannot emphasize that one enough. As well as any recent activity that you've had. So, big walk around, looking at the support site. Once again, with the DroneSense Mobile, we're looking into having that interface overview, those basic settings basics, and understanding the map of the controls, all of that information that we want to get into our different agency partners, the camera controls, flight planning, all of that is understandable from the support site. When we start talking about general usage, the LE versus fire versus EMS versus your OEM all have different use cases. So when you get with us, we can help you do the walk around for what's it going to look like on your event. What does that large event look like from each agency's perspective? Streaming basics. What are you using for your Wi-Fi out in the field? Having Wi-Fi in the office is great, but once you get out in the field, understand the different pieces that will be moving. So any type of RF interference, trying to fly from underneath trees, all of that comes into effect. We can help you walk through these different pieces to help your interoperability. On the back end, paperwork. Your flight cards, your missions, documenting all that information, planning out your missions, where you're going to have your launch sites, where your airspace is going to be, your teams and members, training, maintenance, all of those different pieces again can be addressed, looked up on the support site, as well as giving a call to support, giving a call to any of us to help walk you through what those pieces look like and how to make your life easier. We've all been there. You're out in the field, it's training day, even a real incident. Your login issues, drone operation issues, network connectivity. Again, if you've got firewalls and different pieces that you weren't expecting, we know that QEP is kind of an old thing, but it's again we're looking at video streaming issues in whole. All of that information we can address 24/7, whether you're out there with your chief, 3 o'clock in the morning, raining, and you start to have these problems, we can help. So what happens when you're out there? You're out there, I can't log in. I'm out there, drone won't start. I'm out there, drone won't do this, won't do that. I need help right now, Ricky Tick. Again, 24/7 for each of the professionals that you see here or will be standing by to take your call. We'll be the ones that help you in all those different situations to do exactly what you've been paid by the citizens to do. So, 3 ways to reach out. The 1-800 number, at 833 DS Help 5. 24/7, 365 days a year. Any platform walkthroughs, any workflows that you need to help understanding, our success team stands by. Our support team stands by, ready to go. You can also reach us by email at help@dronesense.com. Again, keep these pieces memorialized in your phone, on your computer. Now, we're going to jump through on your phone. You're going to start getting these links. I want you to keep a hold of these. These will be resources to kind of help you expand your knowledge, expand your programs. First is going to be that YouTube channel. Go ahead and take a photo of, get the link here. Again, this is going to be where our DroneSense podcast, any feature releases, hardware, software integrations, again, webinars like this one will be posted, basic training videos, as well as those workflow videos of what you need to do in the field. Again, the Facebook group, this again was where we'll start posting some of those polls, getting information back from you. Understand that this program was created by us, for us. So as you're going through your day and you're doom scrolling through, please take a stop by. Look and see if there's a poll up. Those are from our engineers. Those are from support, helping us to, again, shape where DroneSense is going and get those, again, upcoming trainings, webinars, best practices, use cases, and training opportunities. Then we have our DroneSense trust site. It's a SOC 2 trust site. This is again where you'll get your firewall settings, data flow, infrastructure, architecture diagrams. Again, a lot of us really didn't grow up in this world. We're carrying guns, we're dragging hoses, we're patching up folks. So again, if we have questions from our IT department, folks up the chain that are trying to get us information, to get us access to DroneSense, this is where that information is going to come from. Have them hit up our trust site or do it yourself and send that information to them. This will provide them the data protection, cyber defense, and product security pieces that they need to get you where you need to be. And the DroneSense working group. Again, every Friday, show up, go ahead and use this QR code to get signed up to get that link. That way, any new ideas or feature requests, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Please ask any and everything. You never know which engineer you might spark to get you something that we never even thought we needed. Again, early looks at what's fresh and new. Again, as well as best practices, industry wins, and what the evolving legal landscape is. We know that, again, we're fighting a daily battle for getting drones up in the air, regardless of the flag that it came from under. So, again, keep up with all of that information here on that working group. So, now we're down kind of toward the end. We've looked at a bunch of things, looked at, again, things dealing with everything we can find out in the DroneSense support site, everything that we have access to by phone, the team, support, as well as, again, any information that will help us do this job better. But here we've got several different pieces that we'll take a look at. One is know your network. Now, take a shot of this QR code and, again, memorialize this this site. If you are having issues with bad video stream, it's not, I've got fuzzy, looks clear on my end, but it's fuzzy on my Chief's end. This will give you a running calculator of exactly what your bandwidth looks like. So we're looking for something 50 to 100 or better megabytes per second. You're going to be doing okay. There we go. Alex is hitting me up with all these links. So again, if you're on your computer, hit those links. That gives you real-time information about what's going on. Now, our engineers have worked really hard to get that information into the controller as well. So you'll be able to see on your controller what that's looking like. But if you don't believe it, you can always go to speed.cloudflare.com. And then operational support. We talked about our DRT team a little earlier. This is, again, going to be on-site help when you need it. So your large-scale events. We've been to Asheville during the floods. We've been to, again, several different big-name events that we'll remain quiet about. But again, those type of situations, if you have them in your town, any man-made disaster, man-made or natural disasters, any on-site training, multi-agency fly days, we're going to have a big push for that here coming this year. So as you get those invites, let our DRT team come out and help you, kind of help you with the planning phases, help you with, again, any operational pieces that you may need to get set up. Red or blue, we're here to help you. So no matter what the antic is, we can help you get past a lot of different firewalls, both in your IT section and maybe even higher up. So we're here to help you no matter what you need. Any questions or comments? That is our help by DroneSense. You should have this one in there already, but never hurts to get that piece in.
Hey, Alex, can you walk them through how to submit a ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Take over.
getting into our support site, just a couple things I wanted to point out. One is, go back here, the email and phone support page. So I put a link to that in the chat, and that's got our phone numbers in there. You can click on. Also, then you can tell we love QR codes. You can also just download this as a V card on your phone and be able to get this in. So many different ways you can get this. It would have been interesting to ask at the beginning of this training, if anybody didn't know that we had 24/7 support. Hopefully everyone did know it, but you should know it now because we've said it many, many times. But if you don't need urgent help, just use that email address. You can also go to our support site and click on submit a request. From here, we've got a couple drop downs that you can choose from. So we can go for just a general ticket, something specific to mobile or a web related ticket, then also our DroneSense remote. And the hardware incident report is generally for people using the Parrot drones, but can be used for other issues if you're wanting to report that. But I'm going to go to just our general, which is the easiest thing. Fill in subject, the organization if you're only because I'm logged in. It's recognized I'm from DroneSense, and then there's a place for your description. So fill in that. There's some more questions that might pop up if there's a serial number related to it. Hit submit, and it's going to go into our ticketing system. Once you've got logged in here, you can go in and look at your previous requests and check on the status of those. So I can see any of my open tickets. Also, what we've done is we've given you the ability to see tickets from other people in your organization. So as long as you guys are associated correctly in our back end ticketing system, you'll be able to see the open tickets and even make comments on those from in here. You can click and add, additional contents or additional messages if you'd like to add to it. There's also a way here that you can add attachments. So you can add files. So if we're asking you for those, you can drop them in here. Those can also be attached to an email, and you can email in to the same system. We'll make sure that those get attached to the correct ticket when you send those in. And I mentioned earlier about following tickets or following topics within our support site. So I do want to show that, and you can see here under your profile or my profile which ones I'm following. And in order to follow those, let's get to our support site, and I can go into, for instance, the what's new section. This is a very common area because we're going to be sending out notifications for web releases and mobile updates. So I can go into mobile and then click on follow here. Now it always says following, but I can choose to switch this and unfollow or follow news articles and comments. So any section in our site can be followed, and you'll get an email letting you know what's in there, and then also comments if they're added with maybe some updates. You can subscribe to those as well. We've been talking for quite a bit. I'm going to pause. If there are any questions.
You muted yourself, Alex.
I sure did. Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to make sure everyone was unmuted. Everyone should have the ability to talk. So if you are interested in sharing something or asking a question, go right ahead. You can also drop that in the chat if you're not want to unmute.
No one else asked for a donut?
Mm-hmm. All right. So no one else wants a donut. I'm going to go get one after this. So I want to transition next to talking about another learning opportunity we have for you, and that's our DroneSense Academy. So it's something that is available. We do have to enroll you in this. This is not something that you just automatically get access to. So you can put in a help ticket if you want to get to this. But we've got several courses in here focusing on pilots, focusing on program managers, remote operations, and actually here's our request form that you can fill in to get into this, and we'll get you registered. Mike, do you want to talk about any of the courses that we've got in there, because you've really done most of the work on those?
So DroneSense Academy, we've got 3 different tracks that you can go into. The first track is program management. That's going to cover everything from admin, the admin section, to pilot app, airbase, and operations hub. Our pilot track is 3 courses, and the only difference between the 2 is that it will not have the admin section in it. The last one will be the remote track. So if you're doing DFR through DroneSense, what we call DroneSense Remote, there are a series of courses on that as well. So you can go into the support article on DroneSense Academy and get into that and request access, or you can email me directly at, and I'll put my email address in the chat, and then send me a list of folks that you want in there. Those folks, I do need to know their first name, last name, email address, and what track you want them in. So I'll put that in here. And this is my new email address. So first, there you go. So shoot me that email, or go to that support article and request access from there. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Also, if you go down to the bottom, we're keeping our training calendars here. So you would go in and keep that up to date with our current training calendar. We'll be switching that over to an Outlook calendar shortly. But you can see we've got our upcoming DroneSense certified instructor course on here as well.
So, Mike, we're missing today's training.
Yeah, that would be a failure on my part.
We all drop a
That
few
calendar
balls.
will also keep the basic training work groups as well. As soon as I update that, because I failed.
All right, so Sean Miller, we say a question from you. When update is available, the controller quickly shows the update and goes away. Is there a way to pull the update up via setting? Are you looking to see the release notes or just go back to install that update at a later time?
Just install the update. So a lot of times, obviously you might be flying and just not be able to do the update at that time. But even furthermore, and I've seen this on multiple controllers, but it shows the update whenever you fire up the controller or clear props, if you will. And then that's gone. And then the only way to do that would be on the back end via the web browser to pull it up, but then you're going to lose all your settings to clear out the old and put the new one on there. So I know there has to be another way. I'm just not quite sure what it is.
So we've moved the in-app update around to a couple different places. I forget, it was a couple releases ago. We moved it to when you first log into the controller or to the app that you see the in-app notification. You have the option then to skip it, or you can install it right then. Of course, you would have chosen, if you were in the middle of an operation, definitely don't do an update. Wait until you have an opportunity to, when you're not in the middle of an operation. I have seen, especially on my controller, that I don't always get that alert. I'm not sure why. On mine, that sometimes my internet connection is kind of flaky, so I don't always get that alert. If you know there's an update available, but you've maybe missed the alert, you can just type in on the browser dronesense.com/install. Now, downloading and installing the app should not wipe out your previous logins. Those should still retain. All of your settings should be retained. If you do an uninstall of the app and then install the new version, you will lose pilots and any preferences that were set. So generally should not lose anything. So if you're seeing anything different, then that's not normal.
No, that makes sense. So yeah, and like you said, I've uninstalled to then install the update. I guess my understanding was that I needed to uninstall first and then install the latest. I didn't realize I could install the latest over the current, and then that way I could retain my settings if I miss the 2-minute or the 2-second pop-up, which just like you said, sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. Even if I'm, it might be 3Ts and we might update several 3Ts and I have one that won't pop. And I feel like oftentimes maybe I'll clear props or kind of start the drone and eventually I'll get that update available. But like you said, sometimes not at all.
Yeah, I've asked our engineers, like, why does it do that? And I haven't gotten an answer, as a clear, definitive answer, like why it's not, because the system is designed to give you that. So I'm not sure what it's missing. And you bring up a couple things that I want to just make clear to people here, is that when it comes to updates, you do not need to install it right away. I mean, the old app is going to work just the same way it was before. And you can install at your leisure. In fact, I would give it a couple days and then install. One of the important things, no matter whether it's a firmware update or a DroneSense app update, do a test flight after you're done to ensure that things are working the way you expect. I've had this come back to bite me several times, especially with firmware updates where they did not go as I expected, and something changed or something didn't work right. Of course, the worst thing is when the update takes 30 minutes and you're in the middle of a training and you're trying to do this update and you've now just wasted maybe a quarter of your 2-hour training. So I've been encouraging people, like, find an off day when you can. It's not during a training, that you can do these updates to make sure that you don't waste your time. And then we talk about how do we track these? There is maintenance that you could set this, set up a maintenance procedure and a maintenance schedule in DroneSense, or at least a procedure that you can track when you install these updates. so that you can go back and look to see. I'm going to pull up also a new section in our website. I don't know if anyone's noticed this recently. Bear with me a second while I get logged in. Let's go to yeah, this will work here. So if we look at any of the flight records, there is going to be data on this of which version was running during that flight record, during that flight recording. So as you can see, this was, I guess, a beta version of our app that was being used on this flight, but that is recorded there. So you can go back and look to see. Yep.
You want to share your screen?
Is it not sharing?
No.
That's weird. Stand by.
Alex, I could see it.
You can see it?
I could see it.
It's sharing. You're good.
All right, stand by. Let me pull it back up again. Let's see here.
Why not see it?
Logged in. Sorry, guys. I logged out because I didn't think it was working. Bunch of passwords. Sorry, guys. 2 more seconds. And share. Just go with this. All right. So again, looking back again. So where we're going to go to a specific flight. We'll grab Ramon's. This one is, there we go. Ramon's M3T. And we can see which app version he was running on that flight. The app version is going to also be visible. I believe it's on the controller. Let me double check, because the controller is where that is stored. Yes, there it is. So you can look on the controller that was used during that flight, and this is also where you're going to find that record. So you don't have to go to every controller, turn it on to see what app it's running. You can go check here. You can also check the firmware of the drone that it was running, and that's going to be visible here. The only firmware we don't have is, I believe, the firmware of the controller. So that's something that's I'm not sure where that data is recorded, but it's not recorded in here. I'm going to pause there. Questions on that, because I did see something pop into the chat. Yeah. Yeah, Sean, you're asking again about the course in Phoenix. So you're talking about the DroneSense instructors course.
Yes,
Yeah. So for that, just coming with an updated aircraft. Even if it's not updated, we'll take care of that when we get there. And Mike, do you want to talk a little bit more about the instructor course for anyone that's not familiar with it? If you're still with us.
Yeah, that's kind of a dark way to say that, but okay. But yeah, the Johnson Certified Instructor course is coming up in Phoenix. It's a 3-day class. It's going to do a deep dive into everything DroneSense. So part of that is going to be an instructor certification that you can take, not take, whatever you want to do, but it is going to be a deep dive into DroneSense. There will be teach backs and things like that, and there will be other opportunities to follow from that. I'll get the Eventbrite link and share that with everybody. So the tickets for that are being sold via Eventbrite. They're $900 per person. We still have some availability left in the class if you're interested. It will be the week of October 20th. It's the 21st through the 23rd. So let me look.
It sounds like
the 23rd.
Sorry, I mean, it sounds like the largest drone we could bring would be like a 3T due to battery shipping.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can bring an M30. I think most of the airlines do limit you. I mean, unless the M30 is your favorite drone and it just goes with you everywhere, and then bring it. But if you've got a smaller drone like a Mavic, I would bring that instead. That's just going to be easier to carry around than Matrice. We are going to be doing flying. This is not a heavy we don't heavily focus on the flying part, but there is, several opportunities when we're going to be flying. That's why we want you to have a drone. So just a drone, not necessarily that you don't need to have an M30.
I'm a big drone guy, but I'm kind of a RC plus guy over whatever the 3T has. So, but it's kind of where I'm at. But okay.
Yeah. Yep. No, you certainly can. Each airline, I think it's 100 watt hours is where the airlines draw the line, have a distinguish, or a limit rather on the amount of the size of that battery. So when you look on the battery, it'll tell you how many watt hours it is, and that's the number that they're worried about.
I can just assume my 300's out of the question.
Yes.
And Sean, I can hop in on this as well. And Alex is correct. So this is from memory. I believe the M30T batteries are about 130 watt hours. Listen, I've traveled multiple times with the M30, so checking the M30 in the hard case, but again, taking the TB55, whatever that battery is, as a carry-on. And so I've traveled with multiple sets of batteries as a carry-on for the 30. Never had an issue. I know Brandon Carr has done the same thing. I believe anything over I think it's 100 to 160 watt hours. It's airline discretion. I've never had an issue. But again, I don't want you to have a bad experience. Just wanted to put it out there that the folks that I know have traveled successfully by carrying the M30 batteries on board with them in their carry-on.
Clear. Thank you, gentlemen. And I see we have the whatever the educational course is that needs to be completed ahead of time. I just didn't know if there's anything else I was missing out or needed.
Nope. The pre-work is the education courses, and then we'll jump into everything there. So, and that's DroneSense Academy, where we running through the program management track and the remote track.
Clear. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Any other questions from the group? Hear you. Hear you. Okay.
Going twice.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Cole? I was told Cole would be here.
He was here for a second. We'll have to, let's see, we want to ping him right quick, see if he's around.
Yeah, he must have dropped off.
Yeah.
Coy, you've been awful quiet. I know you got something you want to toss at these guys. Even Coy's been quiet.
I don't. No, I don't have anything to say. Just glad to see everybody on, and look forward to seeing, as Ramon had mentioned, on the Friday working groups. Make sure you guys join us on that.
Well, before you
Thanks,
leave,
Coy.
yeah, Sean, before you leave, let me make sure that everyone has a chance to take a shot of course credit. It's got a dinosaur on it because it's the thing that we've wanted the longest. So again, take your phones out, get that link. That will take you to a spot where you can again get your certificates sent directly to you.
Yeah, I caught myself, so it wasn't a tripwire. Listen, this has worked flawlessly for the past number of sessions. I always build the Google form. I test the link prior to the course, and I did the same thing today, having two people test. The email link is broken. You're not going to get the email in an automated fashion with the certificate attached. I do not know why. I'm continuing to investigate, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. The good news, for whatever reason, in the master spreadsheet, as you submit your response, I can see your response. I can see the completed certificate. So I will manually send each of you your certificates. I'm going to say I'll shoot for the end of the day today, but it may be tomorrow. So please do scan the QR code, complete that Google form. I'll see the certificate. And if any of y'all do that and get the email back, please let me know. But for those of us that tested today, we did not receive the email.
Good info. Good info. All right.
And Alex, I'm going to say this. I don't think this should be related to the Versaterm, our We're transitioning over to our parent company's IT, software suites, and this should not have impacted that, but I don't know why it broke today. And but we'll get you your certificates.
Yeah, folks, if you all, again, have been watching the news, DroneSense was acquired by Versaterm. We are now, they're in our parent company, and there's been a little bit of pain this beginning of this week getting everyone switched over from iOS to Microsoft. We jumped the fence to the other side. So if you have any emails out to us, understand we're just working through 300 plus emails, I think, a piece. We're getting to you very, very quickly. So do not fret on that piece. Again, do we have any other questions before we let you all go? It is now 12:50. If you all would like those 10 minutes back, I'll be glad to give them to you. I'd like to thank our entire panel this afternoon. It's been a great turnout. Got a lot of brain power in the room. Thank you all for what you all do out there every day. Again, stay safe out there, and we will talk to you all very soon, and hopefully this week, in a couple days, at the working group. Everyone, take care. Have a good rest of your day.
Hey, thanks all. Be safe, everybody. Again, thanks for joining us as always, and hopefully we'll see you back on Friday.